the weekend, we saw one of the most insane movie releases of all time. Nobody, and I do maintain this, nobody saw this one coming. Minecraft absolutely obliterated the box office. It made $313 million over the 3-day weekend.
It was projected to earn $260 million worldwide and massively outperformed that projection. Now it's number 1. Snow White is number 4. Sucks to suck. But the reason we didn't see this coming, the reason nobody saw this coming, is because of the incredibly negative reactions to the trailer back when the trailer came out.
Yeah, not even the reviews. The reviews were negative as well, but I would have said the apathy around the trailer.
It was not apathy. I mean, people were mad at the trailer. Yeah. Like when the trailer came out, everyone was saying this looks like absolute slop. It looks like it's woke, DEI, like we hate it. Everything about this sucks. And then suddenly, once the movie is out, the response to it is just like outrageous. It's like more than FNAF.
So this is what it did. It did $163 million domestically. That was even higher than yesterday, which the original projections for Sunday were 157. Final tally when the numbers were in even more than that, 163. It did 150 internationally. So it did $313 million on a budget of $150. It was only projected by the trades to make between 70 and 80 million, high end 90, with Warner Brothers only projecting like 65 million. Now, a lot of the times the studios will undersell what they think their predictions are going to be for their movies. So that way they're like, oh, wow, we overshot. We did better than we thought it would. And I think the number one way, the argument that I've seen that makes the most sense for this is that the walk-up traffic for the film was really, really good, meaning that people just showed up at the theater to get tickets and they weren't able to use pre-orders as some type of gauge for whether this movie was going to do well or not.
Yeah.
So.
I think that it's a similar phenomenon to the FNAF movie, even though the FNAF movie, like, it did really well, especially for having a much smaller budget than the Minecraft movie. It was a similar demographic that they were looking to target with this.
And that one arguably could have done even better than it did, but it came out on Peacock and and in theaters at the same time.
Yeah, they didn't have enough faith in it, I guess.
Yep.
But I think that what's interesting is there are a lot of people literally my age who are interested in seeing the Minecraft movie, because I remember like being in middle school and, you know, everyone was talking about playing Minecraft. Like it's been a thing. It's been like a mainstay.
Okay, so that's
for that long.
I saw
and now like my little cousins, they love Minecraft too. It's like a multi-generational interest.
Yes. So Layla in the chat says that she as a teenager, she saw it coming. Okay, that makes sense. But at the same time, people were saying if Minecraft is this old, the audience would all be people in their late 20s, early 30s. But it transcends generations, and it's reached a certain level of mimetic success that is indicative of those movies. Of the past, like you mentioned, Minions.
It reminds me of, I know Morbius flopped, but it reminds me of like the memes that surrounded Morbius. Yeah. And it also reminded me of the way that people attended the Minion movie. And there were all these like teenage boys showing up to see the Minions movie in like suits and tuxedos. Yeah. And it turned into this whole phenomenon in and of itself. Like it was a cultural trend in and of itself that didn't actually relate back to the movie at all. And that's what you're seeing with the response to the Minecraft movie. It's like people responding with all of these different brain rot phrases.
This is Barbie for boys.
It is.
This is Barbie for boys. Barbie opened to 162 million.
Except it's better because no one in the Minecraft movie, like Jack Black in the Minecraft movie, is not having some kind of insane like Marxist journey of discovery and then ending up living in the real world and also getting a vasectomy.
It's fair to point out that Jack Black, you know, think what you want about Jack Black, but when it comes to these types of movies, he's pretty much box office gold. Between this, Super Mario Brothers, and Jumanji,
he's who The Rock wishes he could be.
Kind of, and he made Jumanji with The Rock, so that makes perfect sense. There was also a leaked version of this movie that came out over that leaked over the weekend, the unfinished one, that I think actually kind of bolstered people to go more. Yeah, because people were definitely sailing
Or it
the high
was
seas to go and
leaked.
Yeah, it was leaked.
Maybe.
Mario opened to $377 million, but that was over a 5-day weekend. Its 3-day totals were $146 million domestically and $172 million internationally. So it actually outpaced Mario for its 3-day opening. And over the weekend, so you saw Minecraft take number 1, A Working Man stay at number 2, Chosen The Last Supper 3, and Snow White all the way down to 4.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to see Snow White, and she'll soon be outside the theaters. Also, if I had to guess, right now, that Skibidi Toilet movie is being fast-tracked to high hell. They're like, Michael Bay, here is $200 gazillion. Make us the Skibidi Toilet movie.
I forgot
And right next to
about
that, I would also believe, because I heard this yesterday, that if Bob Iger is smart, he is talking to Epic Games and he's getting a Fortnite movie made like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow.
No, yeah, I mean, I know Skibidi Toilet's not a video game. I guess it's made it's Gary's mod,
but it's mimetic.
Yes, it's
And
mimetic.
something
It's
that
not
could be-
really about the video game movie thing in and of itself. It's about making a movie that has a meme culture around it. And they can make
And
all
it's-
these references that are like essentially fan service.
And the boys came out to it, right?
Yes.
Like here's the thing. Like you've tried to cross genres. You've tried to make these 4-quadrant movies that appeal to every demographic, and it doesn't work, especially when you try to take male properties and appeal them to women. It doesn't work. The reason Barbie worked is because it didn't even appeal to young girls. It appealed to millennial women who had the money to go and then go again. The only risk I see this movie having is that you would say, I don't know if this movie would be considered as good as, say, a Super Mario Brothers movie, which people tended to actually like, not necessarily for mimetic reasons. That being mimetic in nature, it might not have the long-term holds that like a Super Mario Brothers or a Barbie did. But if it does, if this movie tends to invite like repeat viewings, this movie could go over $1 billion very easily.
yeah, so you've got like all the Gen Z guys, and you've got parents taking their kids.
I want to go see it now just because I know I'll have no idea what's going on.
It's also not even really a boys thing. Like, I've seen just as many little girls who are into playing Minecraft as little boys, ironically. So it's like, I know the Gen Z guys are attending this more, but the little kids who want to see the Minecraft movie are like all across.
I mean, you guys have to see these clips here. Like, let's watch this clip first, and then we'll read the 20 from Pop Culture Junkie. But you have to watch this clip. It's like it's Avengers Endgame. Like, you know who's pissed right now is Martin Scorsese.
Wait, let me just read this first. Pop Culture Junkie said, Brett, you're so right. The folks who do box office projections for Warner's were totally flummoxed by the walk-up numbers. Hard to forecast.
Yeah, like if you can't tell, like you can't predict that. So let's watch this clip here. Martin Scorsese is rolling over in his office chair. If you're listening to the show right now, it says my theater's reaction to Chicken Jockey.
Chicken Jockey.
So much so, guys, they're putting up signs at the theaters that say, "We love Chicken Jockey too. Please don't throw your popcorn."
Yeah, I don't know. Would you feel like your movie-going experience is ruined by this?
I would
jeering.
I say let them do it. Look,
agree.
If people are going to be forced to listen to sing-alongs at Wicked, then the boys can throw their popcorn. Has anybody here ever seen Angels in the Outfield? Have you?
I did at one point.
There's the scene, like, you know how the two boys, they go and they sit next to the dugout with the guy who's like the handler, and the one kid keeps getting food on the other guy, and at one point he has to wear a raincoat because like mustard and ketchup. Just bring your raincoat.
Yeah.
And let your kids enjoy the movie.
There is another one, Minecraft movie audience reaction ranked.
Yeah, we got this one here. Here we go.
Who are you?
I am Steve.
It's kind of like Deadpool and Wolverine when people were showing reactions to the opening scene.
Yeah.
When Bye 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 was playing.
Yeah,
was
but
like
it's
half
more
the-
pronounced
Yes.
in this case.
They're the villagers. They're total pacifists and eat buttloads of bread. They love crushing walls. Most of it, boots of swiftness, diamond armor, full set. And this is a crab. These Chipper.
That was a different theater than the other one. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's charming for sure. Kino Corner, friend of the show, gave it was a very viral tweet actually.
Yep.
In his first impression from the movie. That was the wildest theater experience of my life. Most of the audience were middle schoolers, and they would clap and hoot and holler whenever one of the meme lines was said, or when they recognized something from the game. When Jack Black said chicken jockey, the theater erupted into sheer pandemonium. Kids were cheering, clapping, and jumping on tops of seats. Whenever Jack Black sang, the kids would get up and start dancing in the aisles. They acted like this wasn't a movie, but a rock concert. It was a complete expression of a mix of genuine love for Minecraft and irony poisoning, and the result was pure chaos for 100 or so minutes. This is probably the proper way to see this film.
Yeah.
So don't wait for it to go on streaming. Get the real experience where everyone's screaming.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Get us to a second one.
Chicken jockey crisis party.
Chicken jockey.
We should have a chicken jockey party.
Okay.
Thank you.
Warner Brothers, right now, do not dump this thing on streaming. Leave it in the theaters for as long as you can. I know that during CinemaCon, they were having all these debates between the theater owners and the studios about creating mandatory 45-day windows for theater releases for movies, which means the movies have to not suck for them to be worth staying in the theaters for 45 days. But look, I wanted to see Black Bag. It's already on Apple TV+.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that now. You have to leave movies like this in theaters for longer than just 15, 30 days. They need time to stew, and this movie could easily make $1 billion. Look, it's getting large play in all of the premium format, like large format screens and stuff like that. People were saying that the only ones that weren't sold out were like the 3D ones. I can't believe they even still do 3D.
Wow.
But yeah.
They have more often, they have 4D.
It hasn't opened yet in Japan or Korea.
Oh.
And Japan did, granted, I guess Super Mario Brothers was created in Japan, so it did like $100 million in Japan.
That's expected.
But still, those are two huge markets that will make this movie a lot of money once it comes out.
Yeah.
It's just interesting because one of the things that we talk, like I guess we don't really cover this as much, but I always wonder where they get their numbers from. Like, where do they get their numbers for their opening weekend projections? Like, the only thing I can assume is that it has to do with pre-sale tickets and I guess general interest on trailers and stuff like that. How do you gauge stuff like that? But I don't know. And how can, like, who's in most cases the idea would be like somebody's getting fired if they project really high and it goes really low, but theoretically somebody should get fired if they projected low and it does really, really well, because it's somebody's job to know when they have winners.
But they're incentivized also to project low so that it can sound more impressive.
But 65 is not the same thing as like 65 and then doing 85 makes sense as far as low projection. 65 and then doing 163 means somebody isn't doing their job.
Yeah.
Right? So this movie was also like, it's I think as far as Warner Brothers is concerned, the biggest third-party advertising campaign they have ever run, meaning like product integration with other stuff.
I went to McDonald's and I saw they have the Minecraft meal.
McDonald's, McDonald's, Oreo, Doritos. Yes. All you need now is Mountain Dew.
They changed the app icon for Reddit to Minecraft.
Yeah.
To promote the movie, like that type of thing.
I guess, look, when I say that nobody saw this coming, I just mean that, like, I think everybody knew that this movie was going to win the box office this weekend. I don't think they expected it to be the cultural hit that it was, but that might be a repercussion from the fact that Hollywood doesn't really care about young men at all. Like, they do not care about making things that young men enjoy, and the things that young men do enjoy, they want to change and make it for women. And I was actually having this thought the other day. So the logic used to be, when it came to advertising, that you always advertise to women because women have the majority of the purchasing power, because the argument was always like, even if the man's at work, the woman's the one who has the credit card and controls where the money goes in the house, right? Well, people aren't getting married at the same rates anymore. People are staying single for longer. Men have all of these niche interests that they enjoy. Theoretically, a large portion of the block of people that you want to get money from these days are men who have either disposable income or they're just not married and don't have those expenditures. So you need to start making movies that appeal to them. Do a Fortnite movie. Do a Fortnite movie. The Skibidi Toilet movie will be even funnier. Make Michael Bay. It has to have 10 gazillion explosions, and every single one of them needs to be an Easter egg.
I don't know how I feel about it because you told me that a lot of people are saying the Minecraft movie just objectively sucks.
I mean, yeah. Does anybody care what, like, when was the last time we cared what critics thought?
Are you saying critics thought that?
All the adults that I talked to, they're like, look, it wasn't made for me. I took my kids. I had no idea what was going on. It doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't objectively matter whether, over the weekend, we'll get to the 20. Over the weekend, I posted about this. I said, nobody saw this coming. And they said, that doesn't make it a good movie. I'm like, those are completely separate discussions bordering on irrelevance.
I do think it matters that it should be good movie. Like,
okay, based on the standard of like how you perceive like a good movie to be structurally made.
I do think that movies should actually be good. Alvin McGough said, Bad Dragon has Minecraft products now. Enjoy that mental image. I don't know what that means.
So, okay. It should be good, right? Objectively, it should be good. But you know who I'm happy for? The theaters, who need movies to actually do well so that they can succeed. If I was the theaters right now, I would be putting up merch tables with Minecraft merch. Like extensive amounts of like for every movie like this, make a Skibidi Toilet movie and then put Skibidi merch out there in a Fortnite movie with Fortnite merch right there.
Like gangbusters, yeah.
Yeah. Like they need to find ways to monetize because the studios aren't interested in helping the theaters.
What Kino Corner said about the genuine love of Minecraft mixed with irony poisoning really stood out to me.
Meaning that you're talking about the mimetic nature of it.
That they're going, I think a lot of like the Gen Z guys specifically are going to see this movie and they're like up in an uproar of applause and jeering and screaming over these like brain rot moments that they like. But they're kind of doing so
it's still an
as
Easter
a way to... No, I know, but they don't... They're making fun of the idea that they would like that.
Okay.
It's irony. They're going to the movie ironically to like make fun of the idea that they're that like passionate about it.
But they could have done this with millennials with like good Easter eggs in movies about characters that they care about, right? This is why Spider-Man No Way Home did as well as it did, right? Because they got to see Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield on screen together and everybody cheers.
No, that's genuine. I'm talking about Gen Z though.
I know, but I'm saying they could have been doing this the whole time with millennials. They just didn't.
But this isn't the same thing. No. Gen Z isn't actually excited. They're making fun of the idea that they would be excited.
I mean, is that true of the older ones and not the younger ones? Are the younger ones actually excited?
The younger ones, because they're kids, they actually like it. But the Gen Z guys who are showing up to these theaters and cheering about Chicken Jockey, they are cheering because it's funny.
People we were talking about, though, were going with whole families. So if it's a family taking a bunch of kids there, those kids actually are interested. It's the adult Gen Zers that aren't necessarily...
That's what I'm talking about.
So
the ones that showed up to the Minion movie in tuxedos.
Well, then you need to find a middle ground between something that makes Gen Z adults want to go ironically and younger Gen Z go organically.
I guess that would still be Gen Alpha, though.
Yes.
If we're talking about the kids that like Minecraft these days.
Then you have to find a way to split the difference between the two. Where what would that be for millennials in Gen Z? Like, what would millennials go to ironically that Gen Z would go to organically? I can't think of anything.
No, because Gen Z doesn't do anything without a tinge of irony.
Well, no, that's
everything Gen Z does or likes has some tinge of irony in it.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.